excited to take everybody through the app advantage, how realtors use AI to enhance and not replace those client relationships. I was saying a minute ago, this is a very hot topic right now. Nobody in real estate wants to be replaced. Relationships, when people are making one of the biggest sales of their life, cannot be replaced. We still need that human touch. And we're going to touch upon a lot of, how tech and AI can play into a lot of things. But I love this quote from Abraham Lincoln. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. So, what does this mean? This applies really to the new world of AI that we're entering. Meaning, the more time you put into the planning, the analysis of what you're trying to do first, is going to blend into every impulse, every bone in your body telling you that you need to set up a system to automate what you can. What this means is that preparation and planning before undertaking things is going to help you guys a lot when you're trying to seize AI. Where does humanity make us better than bots? Keep that humanity. AI, the rest, the mundane tasks can be used via AI. What are our most time-consuming processes as agents? Make a list. What can you guys cross off the list that you used to spend hours on that now maybe you can pop into ChatGPT or Claude or one of those systems, and then that gives you more time to clear up that space to focus on reaching out to people, reconnecting with people, and putting that human element back into things. Your branded app is something that allows you to bridge the gap between the human and the bot. And that's what we really want to talk about today. And we want to talk about some of the new features that we're putting into your app that's going to bridge this gap. So let's meet our panel. Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hi, team. So today we have 4 side real estate leaders with us today. Christina Thomas is the founder of Goat and Dime Real Estate, one of the top realtors in Southern California, one of the top teams in Southern California. We also have Nicole Van Treese with us. She is the founder of Sundial Real Estate, and they are experts in the Central Florida area. We also have Nat Ferguson, founder of Splash Real Estate, the coastal experts in North Orange and South LA County. And last but definitely not least, we have Martine of Harper Real Estate in the San Francisco Bay Area. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for having
Hey.
us.
Thank you for having us.
So thanks for hopping on. We are going to get into a little bit first about the why. Why do you want to use a mobile real estate app in your real estate business? And why did you even want to make an app a part of your business in the first place? Want to kick it off, Rob?
Yeah, let's do it. So let's start off with you, Christina. I mean, what made you realize just having your own branded app was crucial for your business?
Personally, couldn't stand Zillow or Redfin or any of the ones because every time I would go on the app, I'd get lost or I'd get a link and then it would take me to like another part of the property, somewhere else. And so I felt like I could never like capture my clients into one space. And when I heard about Homestack and we got together and I learned like how incredible it is, it's been the best thing because my clients just stay inside my app and have all of my resources. And so that's when I realized, like, what have I been doing for the last 20 years I've been in the business? Like Zillow gets all of these links and then I'm not capturing any of that. So I kind of knew right away after we had our first meeting that this was something that I needed to do and we executed very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you were a same day close for me, which I love, right? Whereas Nat Ferguson met this guy, I think it took us like 5 or 6 years to get Nat going. He always saw the vision, but like what finally clicked for you, 5 years later, Nat?
We had the business at a place to where we really wanted to reorganize it, to be honest. That's exactly what we did. It was actually part of the impetus was coming to side, organizing the business better, putting just leverage in places that we hadn't had it before. And I think it was probably a couple months before you and I finally reconnected. And it was serendipitous because I was having a client that just kept texting me like, "Hey, here's this new listing," and it was Redfin or Zillow. I don't remember which it was, and operationally, I'm like, this is never gonna, we can't do anything with this. Like, not only are these guys getting all the juice, and they're always trying to sell off, your client, if you will, to one of the realtors, or, however they, split off the leads. But it just kind of hit me in the face. And plus your consistent follow-up, Rob. So, but yeah, we wanted that white glove approach, and we wanted to organize it in a way that just made sense for growth, because we knew we wanted to grow, and our agents wanted that same tool set to offer that to their clients. So from there, we said, yeah, let's go.
Sure. No, it makes a lot of sense. And Nicole, I mean, you've done some pretty cool things with your app, but like, how are you positioning your branded app as a different tool from like Zillow or some of these generic real estate apps that are out there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, first meeting you, I think I was a one-day signer too, so it made sense. Good job. So I came previously before Side almost 5 years ago from a big box brand, and I can't even remember the name of the company, but that each agent could get their own app, right? And then it kind of disappeared, just dissipated for years and years. And it was always in the back of my head that I wanted that again. And as you know, I'm very events based for my company. So for community events and private events, client appreciation. And I got so tired of the spreadsheet method of signing people in and all of that. So our lead capture has completely changed. And then the fact that it can connect to our CRM is just amazing. So it streamlined everything. And you've seen our Homestack app just continue to grow with names and names and data. People love it.
Yeah. And when you present it to them, like, were you saying like, hey, this is better than Zillow? Like, what's your grab?
Yeah. So actually, they'll ask, just like kind of what Christina said, oh, well, how is it with Zillow? And I'm like, actually, it's very similar, but in my opinion, it's better. And then now that I'm just exploring most recently, and we're going to be implementing everything in 2026 with the lifestyle part of it, like favorite parks, favorite restaurants, all of that good stuff, which I'm sure we'll talk about. We're positioning ourselves, letting our clients know that as well too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Martin, passing it to you. I mean, you're an agent in the field, top agent at Harper Real Estate. Um, like, I mean, dude, you're in the heart of NorCal, where like Redfin and Zillow have been dominating for so long. So like, how are you able to kind of angle it with your buyers and sellers over there?
Yeah, no, great question. To me, big focus is the experience, that white glove service. So the way I position it to my clients is that there are all these platforms, right? Our clients are very sophisticated. They could go on Google and they could learn. But to me, it's like, how could I provide the best experience, and how can I bring you into my ecosystem? And the app is one tool that I use to bring them into my ecosystem, where I know you're probably looking for homes, and I want to make it easier for you. And you texting me a link or you texting me a screenshot does not make it easier for you. So I have the Harper Real Estate app where you could search. The platform is very similar to what you're already used to, so it's not a big learning curve there. And when you like a home, just favorite it, and it'll automatically notify me, and it makes the communication between us easier. And then I follow up with them. So creating an ecosystem where they're easy, like, to get in and adapt to it because they're already familiar, that was a big way to position it. And people end up using the app more, than I originally thought they would, because it just made it so much easier for them. So that's the big
Yeah.
like find that I was able to have with the app.
And that's what I love about this. Like, you guys are keeping it simple. Like, the core of our product is like, hey, let's interact on homes. This streamlines. And then Nicole, you mentioned kind of building out that lifestyle. So kind of passing it back to you, Nat, and then Christina. I mean, you guys have done a solid job with like that lifestyle side of the app. I mean, Nat, you had an app launch party and you kind of leveraged the vendor side of that. Why
That
don't
was
you,
cool.
yeah, deeper into that for us?
That's where I met you, Nat. Yes, you did that big launch party. That's amazing.
Well, I'm glad you remember it.
I do.
The idea was, it seems like our business, maybe like a lot of yours, it's kind of exists in different silos. You got your client appreciation events, and then you do something maybe to connect with your vendors to, these are like your VIP folks, right? People that are like really integrated with your business. And we just decided we wanted to do something for everybody. So we took the opportunity to invite in the, we just refer to them as our VIP vendors, um, into the app, number one, because it's not something that, your database, they're not going to get that anywhere else. And we were getting texts like, you probably do too, 1, 2, 3 times a week. Who do you got for a plumber? Who do you got for an estate attorney? So I was like, this should be living in one place. And by the way, it shouldn't just be accessible to people that are buying or selling. It should be accessible to our database, our sphere at large. And we just wanted to bring everybody together in person to launch the app, and then have that face-to-face connection at that event, and then to encourage kind of or to introduce, if you will, the app. We just had the vendors everybody brought like a door prize, and we gave it away through a raffle, but you had to download the app while you were there. Will was there, the CEO of Homestack, and we just had a great time. It was just so organic. I think the way that the similarity that runs through here, through this group of professionals, is we're running boutique brokerages. It's a very high touch. We love the high touch, and the more opportunities you can have to do that. And this app is a great example. It just bridges the offline with the offline, or the online. Turned it into a great success. People are still talking about it. You just talked about it, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Nicole. Thanks for the shout out.
You're welcome. I think it was at the side convention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome.
I love that. I love that. So Rob, what's our next topic that we wanted to get into? I think we wanted to think about something that I think each one of you has, and why we wanted to have you guys all on together, is that you all have completely unique and strong brands for those boutique brokerages. And tell us a little bit about, how this has helped you to strengthen your brand as a boutique. I think in light of all of the news with Compass and all of these kind of bigger brokerages, scooping up, how important is it right now to have a strong brand and bring this app into your boutique brokerage as part of your value prop? Christina, let's talk a little bit about that with you.
Okay, well, I just want to respond to what Rob originally said. So one thing in my app that I've done that took a lot of time, is I actually created resources in every county. And within the county, like within the resource, I have like places to stay throughout San Diego, entertainment and fun, fitness and health, food and drinks. I have all the school links. I have all the information, like everything that you could think of that you might need when you're moving here. It's kind of like a buyer resource, because usually it's the people who are shopping the area that they don't really know, like, hey, where do you recommend? And so like, and under each category, I have like what I like best at that specific like restaurant, what I like about the hotel, what I like about the fitness. And so I feel like that's been a really big thing, because I do have clients that are moving from out of the area, and they get on the app and they're like, this is like the best thing I've ever had. You gave me everything that I need. And then on top of that, I've created another back source for my agents. So like if they're out in the field and they need something specific, like a lockbox failed, or they need they forgot to put their sign up, and then they're there, like everything is there with links in them. And I call it the GOAT suite. And that way, when they're out in the field, they literally have everything at the touch of their hands. Like they don't have to go find the email. They don't have to like, oh my gosh, where's that text message? So I've really tried to create a foundation that everything is staying inside the app. And so I just wanted to touch on that, because Rob knows that I was building that out. And the last thing I'm putting in is a merch line. So people could go on and buy the merch, because everybody likes to be the greatest of all time. And so I'm just really trying to have it all in one thing, just to kind of separate myself, because down here in San Diego, the big box is Compass.
Yeah.
Sotheby's was the other one, but now everybody's under one umbrella, so they don't have an app. And so I'm really excited, actually, to touch on what you're talking about. Is I feel like, coming from Sotheby's, I was there for 12 years. I love the Sotheby's brand. It's a high-end brand. It was actually one of the hardest decisions to leave that, because they are so fantastic. They're the Neiman Marcus of real estate, and it taught me a lot. But there was a lot of things that they didn't do that I felt like I could do from my experience. And so with the boutiques and us smaller little vendors of life, I feel like we bring that high end, you guys have touched on it, white glove. There are things that we can do that the big brands will not do. They're a numbers game. Everybody's going to look the same. And I think in the 2026 market, you need to stick out for your clients. And, I want to have an edge of, great, you just met with 50 Compass agents. They all have the same thing, but look what I have. And so I'm actually embracing it. I think it's going to be a great thing for us who are more into that high touch, high experience, full agency service that a lot of people throw around but don't do. And so I'm actually looking forward to this because I feel like it will clear out a lot of the agents who you know should or should not be in the business. So that was a very long response, so I apologize.
Amen, Christina. Amen. I love it. I love it. Martine, I saw you kind of like shaking your head. Do you have anything to add to what Christina was saying and about what you guys are doing at Harper to kind of stand out in this oversaturated market or pivot what's just happened into actually a positive, like Christina is doing at Goat and Dime where you guys are?
Yeah, our team, we're small, and if everybody's going right, we're gonna go left, right? That's always been our like mindset. But one thing that a strategy that I'm thinking, so we have a VA that helps us, and one thing that he'll do on a weekly basis, he'll go on the side app, he'll go on the coming soon section, and we'll put all these off markets onto the Harper Real Estate app. So this way, when we're presenting it to clients, we're saying, hey, on our app, you will have access to off-market coming soon properties that you won't find on other platforms online. And again, it's how do we create an environment to get them into our ecosystem and make it easier for them to find properties. And I've had buyers that are looking on the app, they see a coming soon. I'm trying to pull it up right now. I think it's exclusive listings on the app, and
Yeah.
that's one simple strategy. We put the address, the price that's on the MLS under coming soon, or on the side app, right, where we have access to all the coming soons. And it's an easy tactic again to you know share with our clients and see if they find something that isn't already on the market.
Brings a little bit more exclusivity to your app, right? And it gives you guys an edge over something that competitors might not be doing or offering to people. I was actually pulling up a couple things too to kind of show you guys what they're talking about in their apps as far as the resources and all that goes. So I think the common thread here amongst all you guys is, hey, to kind of weather this storm, you have to stand out. You have to do things differently. You have to have an app. You have to be like offering exclusive listings. And I think that's really cool. Does anyone have a really good app client connection story? I bet Nicole has some good app client connection stories.
Well, I do, and it kind of piggybacks off what we were just talking about, is that, long gone are the days where they think a boutique brokerage doesn't have tech. And I use it in listing appointments. We use it in buyer consultation appointments, and they are so impressed when they see it. So it's not just a little mom and pop anymore, right? We have made massive technology, and we show them how their home's going to be highlighted on the app and how people will locate it, and their eyes just light up. So it has helped me. Not only do we use it for events, of course, like I've mentioned, but it's helped me seal the deal. I truly believe in listing presentations and buyer presentations. I love that every agent on my team gets their own exclusive QR code. So when they're at events and their clients or whatnot show up, they feel very special and are able to download that. We use it on with their flyers and their buyer presentation. They're using their own QR code. So it's exclusive to them and then goes into their CRM. So it has helped with closing deals for sure. Getting those listings signed.
I love it. I love it.
I actually have a funny story. I have a buyer that moved from North Carolina, and she was on Zillow, and she was like sending me stuff, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. I need you to download my app. That way you can favorite everything. It's easy. You can find where, like, when you get here, the open house, I explained everything. She's like, okay, sounds great. And then within like an hour, and this is like nighttime, they've had a couple cocktails. They have favored 400 houses
Oh, no.
throughout San Diego. And she's like, sends me a chat on there. You guys can literally pull it up. And she goes, I'm so sorry. We've had a couple margaritas. We're obsessed with your app. This is the best thing that we've ever seen. And I'm like, that's great. You're going to have to narrow it down to 10. We're not going to see 400 when you get here. And she actually just created a great review testimony on my Google review regarding it. She just said it was and she's a high profile attorney who's lived on Zillow and everything. And it was just so cool because they just had this blast and they never left my app. And so I think that that's an important thing that a lot of people don't realize, how easy it is to navigate and how much resources there. So I love having it.
Christina, you're so right with that. I mean, all of us don't really love when we're getting all the Zillow. Hey, I want to see this house. I want to see this house. I want to, and it's all Zillow links. That's the first in to say, why don't you try my customized app? It'll notify me, and then they fall in love with it.
And it could double as a drinking game. So, you know, every time somebody favorites a property in your app, take a shot. No.
Or the next day, they're like, why did I favorite that?
Yeah. No. I think that's such a cool story. And I love hearing how technology can actually bring you closer to your customers. And it can kind of, like we were saying, bridge that gap between kind of what's going on with tech and AI and further the human touch rather than, you know, make it 5 steps away. Like, here's just a bot you're going to be chatting with. It's like, no, here's my app, but it's really me on the other end. So tell us a little bit, have any of you dipped your toe into the AI pool? And are you guys using it for some of those mundane tasks or emails? Or now, why don't you like tell us a little bit about anything that you've been doing with AI? I think we were chatting a little bit about it.
We were, yeah. So the first area that we found ourselves using it was for content for our email newsletter. And I was in the process of handing off the creation of this newsletter, which you know, there's a lot of good content, but I present it in a very humorous way. And this might be a takeaway for everybody here. It sure was for me. So I handed this off. I was trying to teach my virtual assistant my sense of humor. Think about that for a second. Think about trying to teach somebody your sense of humor. I was like, this is going to be a failed experiment, but I'm like, I have to like hand this off because I'm too busy. So she goes through maybe 3 or 4 iterations of creating the newsletter, and she's having me proof it. And after the 4th iteration, she still sends me the preview of it, and I'm like, how are you writing this? This sounds better than me. It sounds more authentic than me. And she hadn't said anything, and she goes, Chat GPT. It's learning every week. I'm putting it in, and it's learning like how to phrase these certain sections of our content, and it's actually learning that your style. And I was just blown away because it was her decision to level it up for herself. She needed some set of tools to do it. So that was the first part. The second part, not related to the newsletter, has really been our follow-up processes, simply because it's been introduced now into our CRM, which is Follow Up Boss. So there's little tiny prompts, whether we're emailing or texting, to quickly get through kind of more top of the funnel follow-ups, which I just find myself personally, and I know for the other people on the team, if you hit a wall and you're just like, I don't know what to say, I'm like, you lack inspiration. And if they're not answering the phone, it's like, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to say anything today, or maybe I'll come back to it tomorrow. Now those prompts are kind of built in, so we're using it just to stay in contact.
Wow.
You know, without having to just like turn on the creativity switch, 40 times in the afternoon. It's like we can use those prompts. So it's actually been really helpful there. Where we're looking next is one-to-one personalized videos created at scale. And I'll just leave it with that, because I had to wrap my head around that one for a minute. So that's where we're going next.
Very cool. I know, and I think video can be very overwhelming for agents in general. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm a realtor. I'm not like a videographer. But I think we all, like, everybody has like TikTok brain, right? Like everything, even if you're not on TikTok, Facebook is TikTok now. Like Instagram is TikTok now. Like everything is video, is serving people these bite-sized video content. So I think that's really smart to go there next. And it's something that we have put into the app. We're gonna dip in a little bit, and we'll if anybody from that's viewing today has questions for the panelists, put it into the Q&A. We're going to open it up to Q&A in a little bit, but I do want to get into some of the meat of what we're doing with the app, what we're doing with AI, and some of the new cool stuff that we're putting in for you guys, and kind of the future of where we want to go with a lot of this. So let's combine your app and AI, and let's see what's in here. So first and foremost, I don't know if anyone has dipped into the AI super listings in your app. So this is something that just dropped a couple of weeks ago. It's super cool. Basically, it takes your still photos and it stitches them into an immersive fly-through 3D tour. So this was not done by a videographer. This was completely just done from the still photos from MLS. So this is something really cool. It is now available in your app dashboard. So if you guys have an app with us, you'll just pop into your dashboard.homestack.com and log in. And then over to the left here, you guys have this tab that has all of your featured listings on it. So these pop up, and previously, these have always been here, and they come up to the top of your feed, and your listings are featured first. So it's a nice showcase to your customers. But now you'll notice there's a button that says generate video. So this is super duper cool. So if your customers are scrolling and they see a listing with a fly through video experience instead of just a still photo, that's what people are going to be attracted to, right? So you can click this little button that says show on listing, and that's going to pop it into there. You can also click download. And this is a totally downloadable video that you can put on your Instagram feed. You can put this into Canva. You can make a reel out of it on Instagram. And I know a lot of you guys are really big on social media. So this is just a very easy and quick way without having to like arrange a videographer and pay $500 to get this video. I can now download this and I can pop onto Instagram and make a quick little reel with this video instantly. So if any of you guys have any questions about this, pop this into the Q&A. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm just going to show you guys also how to quickly get onto Instagram and pop this in. If you guys have anything to add about this, feel free, anyone from the panel, while I'm kind of setting this up, I'm just going to pop onto Instagram and show you guys some of the cool stuff that we can do on here. So answer those polls that Evie's putting up there too as they come up, because those are pretty cool. If you guys wanted to do a reel with that video that we just did, you could just send yourself the video, go into Instagram. If anyone doesn't follow us on Instagram, we are at Homestack Apps. It is where we post a lot of our fun webinars like today's, but we do a lot of client stories and interviews and tips and tricks about what a lot of people are doing, and feature announcements and stuff too. So follow us, we'll follow you back. But if you wanted to make a reel with that, you could literally just go up to here, click reel, and then click that video, pop it on to your Instagram stories. Like, how cool does this look? You could put a little sticker, maybe one that says for sale, or, whatever you guys want to do. And then you pop this up here. And then, as this is going, you could even say, check it out in my app first. And you could link to your app download link. You pop into your app, you're going over to here, you're going to invite friends, you're going to copy link because this is your individualized app download link. Now I'm going to go back to Instagram into my reel, and I want to say, check it out in my app here. And I love doing this too, because sometimes people forget actually that you can link things right from your Instagram stories. You could literally link your app download link right in this Instagram story. So you go into the stickers, and there is a little link sticker here. You can click and you can copy and paste. You can put the location in here. If I want to say West Hollywood, let's spell it right first. West Hollywood. There we go. put the location in there, or say, you know, DM me for details, whatever the case may be. Add some music to this. Let's see if we have any fun ones in here. And we just made a little listing video without a videographer, without a camera crew. And I'm posting this onto my Instagram stories. I could put this on TikTok. I could put this on LinkedIn. You can download these reels and put them and text it to your customer, whatever you want to do in a really cool, personalized way. So I think that is a really interesting new feature that we've put in here. And again, it just takes those photos and stitches them together. Easy peasy. Okay, something else that we talked a lot about and that Christina and Nat talked about and Nicole's going to do and Harper Real Estate has as well are the resources section in the app. So this is Christina's app, Goat and Dime. When you go into here, this is that rich resources section that she was talking about. So she divides it up by county, and she's got entertainment and fun in here. She has food and drinks. Like, I love this because if you're not from the area, you don't know the best restaurants to go to. And then you have to go on Google and you're looking at these reviews, and then it's like one bad review and you're not going someplace. It's like, I trust Christina. I trust her taste. I'm going to pop in here and I'm going to go into, you know, all of these cool places. But I think someplace that AI can help out is to help you to create maybe some of these guides or some of these resources. So kind of like Nat was saying, where he like pops into his assistant popped into ChatGPT and did it for the newsletter. I think you could do that with resources too, because some people are like, I know my area really well, but I'm not exactly sure what I should be kind of linking in here. So it's really nice to, you know, use the AI to help you with some of these resources and get some of this stuff together. And you guys are, you know, local experts, so you probably do have a lot of those places in here off the top of your head that you want to put in, but it can be cumbersome to kind of bring it all together. So these are just some prompts and some ideas that I think work really well. West Hollywood or Haddon or whatever your town is, family guide, top rated schools, restaurants, pediatricians, weekend activities. This is great for somebody who's thinking about moving to a certain area. Local hotspots, school district analysis, childcare resources, right? One of our agents in Austin, Texas, she's like, Zillow's not going to tell you like the best Montessori school to go to, but my app will, you know, because she's vetted it and she's gone through a lot of this stuff. So if you've never used ChatGPT before, you guys can download it, check it out. It is really, really helpful. And as Nat was saying, over time, it kind of gets to know you, which is weird, but kind of cool. So if you guys are in the App Store, you can, like I was saying, you could just download ChatGPT, pop it open here. And then if you wanted to create one of those guides or do one of those prompts, you can even keep like a list going in your app's notes. Like as you're driving around and you see some of your favorite coffee shops, oh, I should put together a little guide on like all the best coffee shops in town. Or, you know, this is an area where a lot of families move. It's got the best school districts. Let's put together this family guide. So then when you go to, you know, put these together or you want to collect your thoughts later, you can just copy, you can go into ChatGPT, you can paste that in there, and then, you know, you can prompt it to create this guide. So any questions that you guys have too? Evie's answering some on the back end. And then, you know, we can help you guys with some questions too. So you could say create a Haddon NJ family guide. Let's see what happens here when we put this into ChatGPT. So this is pretty cool. It searches the web and it's going to gather a lot of that information. I always, oh, my network connection's lost. It'll come back. I always say, of course, to vet everything that AI does, because I forget what I was Googling the other day. It was something about like David Arquette, the actor. And it came up, he was married to Patricia Arquette. He actually was never married to Patricia Arquette. It's actually his sister. So I always say, make sure that you do double check anything that is created by AI, because it's not 100% perfect right now. But, oh, something is going on with my internet right now. Maybe it's because there's so much of us on Zoom, but we'll give this a couple minutes to kind of create this guide. Or maybe I have one in here that I did previously. Oh, here we go. Cool. So it kind of will pull up all of this information when you first get it, right? So it's going to pull up about Haddonfield, New Jersey. This is a really nice kind of upscale town by where I live on the East Coast. If you guys are baseball fans, it's where many of the Philadelphia Phillies live, the baseball team. But it gives you a nice little overview, right, about what would attract families to this town. It gives a school breakdown, all of this cool stuff. And then it said, hey, do you want me to make this into a condensed guide? So it kind of cut it down a little bit, made it a little bit more succinct because I felt like that first version had like a little bit too much information in it. The weekend activities was really cool too. And then it asked, would you like me to make this into a sleek one pager that you could share on social media? Of course, why wouldn't you want it to do that, right? It's the next logical thing. So it literally made it into this one pager. Something that's cool that you guys could do is you could take this link and link it in your app resources. Bam. App resources complete. Your section can be built out. Again, you might want to go in there and add your own tidbits, and you could say, hey, add my favorite orthodontist or my favorite spot that only locals know about, right? Maybe it's something that isn't going to come up on ChatGPT. So this is a cool way to just kind of get you started. Again, it's not always the end all be all. It's not going to replace your local knowledge and your local expertise, but it's a good jumping off point. So any questions so far about using this to kind of create some of those app resources? I'm going to pop into the Q&A as well and see if anything's come through, or if you guys have questions for some of our panelists, you could pop those in there too. Okay, cool. Looks like Abby was answering a lot of the questions on the back end there.
Jump in here real quick.
Yeah,
So for
please do, Rob.
tours, there was a question around pricing. So there is a $35 fee a la carte for the virtual tours that we sell. We do have subscription options that can bring it down as low as 15. But again, think about hiring a photographer to do this, scheduling things. This eliminates a lot of that. You saw how quickly you could add this to other outlets. It doesn't just live in the app. And Clark might not like this. So if you're watching, Clark, sorry. I would like Evie to authorize one of our promo codes for everybody that attended today. Throw that in the chat, Evie, when you get a chance. You will
Love
give
that.
a code to test this baby out on one of your
Awesome idea.
And yeah, we're always here for questions, and your app has a chat feature in it too if you want to chat with us. So just to kind of end the AI section as far as like what our app does, guys, I mean, we have some big plans for it. Like, we're betting hard on hyper personalization. So if your client keeps looking at kitchen photos, we want to start reorganizing those photos to show kitchens. If they have a saved search with 3 different areas, not only is that already coming into one place, which is simple, we want to start reorganizing those listings based on their preference towards the top. And then we wanted to be very proactive with you. So like, Nat's getting people in there, they're favoriting listings instead of him looking at all 15 favorites or 400 in Christina's analysis. I mean, I think she was just favoriting everything, but like, we have the ability to have the AI build a report for you on that person's favorites, or even create a search based around that behavior. So now you don't have to spend the time figuring out those data sets. It can set up the search, which you can still edit. And as our AI continues to evolve, guys, that's where this baby is going to start being proactive with you. Hey, Nat, good morning. These 5 users are extremely active. Here are suggested talking points based on behavior. Here are the times they use your app. We suggest calling or chatting them around these times. Or Christina recruits.
Someone's going to be like your little like AI coach, right?
Oh, yeah. Christina has a new agent that joins the team. Hey, Mrs. Agent, you haven't connected to Follow-Up Boss yet. Click this. Martine, do you have any open houses coming up? Click this. Here's a quick introduction to open house mode and some video, aspects to it all. So really, guys, the approach to our AI is, sure, we want to make things hyper localized. We want to build reports for you. So if you're walking into a listing presentation, you have those data sets when you need it. But we're training it to not only be hyper personalized, but to be very proactive, filtering through all these data sets, making it digestible to where you can take action at the right time. And our AI is pinging people with these push notifications at the right time.
Love that, Rob. Yeah. So if you guys are in your insights tab, which every agent has access to, this is where you can see what your customers are searching, saving, favoriting. And you click on one person in particular, we do have these AI insights reports in here, which will pull a lot of that data like Rob was talking to, and these are only going to get better. So this is really, really cool. This is, some brand new stuff we're kind of putting in here, and see how it works and how we can kind of like fine tune and make this even better. Also, something that I wanted to talk a little bit about is the custom push notifications. So this is really unique to your app, and it can help you to get, I know all of our panelists today are really big on social media, right? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We were talking about, using AI to make some of these customized videos. But how do you get them out there to a larger amount of people, right? You could keep posting and sometimes maybe there's like 1 or 2 likes. It's like, what if you pushed out one of your Instagram videos as a push notification to the 3, the 500, the 1,000 people that are using your app? So I was just kind of going on all of our panelists' social media earlier today, and I saw a lot of cool stuff that was happening in here. Nat had this great post about the best taco places. Christina had this great video that she posted about a listing. Martine did this awesome video about where to go for date nights, right? So what if you copied this link from Instagram, went into your app dashboard and said, hey, I want to send this video out as a custom push notification to everybody in my network, right? So maybe you created this video or this guide or this hot topic, if you will, in ChatGPT. You posted it to your social media or you made a cool video. Now I want to blast it out to my 2,000 app users, right? Because I want to get people from my app to my Instagram, right? It's like, how can we interconnect everything and use social media to promote the app and the app to promote your social media, right? Like, why not get people from all sides? So if you guys are in your app dashboard, you go down to push notifications. You go over to send a push notification. And then you could choose all users. You could select a tagged group and you could say date, night, hot spots just dropped.
You should
And I
send.
think this also goes into like, how are you further connecting with your people just beyond real estate too? What were you going to say, Rob?
Send this to your husband. Send him a signal.
I know, right? Hey, we need a little weekend trip to the San Francisco Bay Area, and here are all the cool places we could go. So you would choose URL, copy and paste that Instagram post in here. You guys can schedule these. You can send them now. Send notification, bam, this goes out to your 500, 1,000, 2,000 app users. They're clicking on it. And now more people are seeing that content you've created. We're putting a lot into our content. We're putting a lot into our social media. We need to deliver it to people in a way that they're digesting it, which is on their phones 144 times per day, which is crazy. That's the stat of how often people look at their phones. So awesome. We have a little bit of time left, and I want to have 10 minutes for Q&A from anybody on this webinar, for us at Homestack, for any of our amazing side panelists today. Pop anything in to that Q&A, and we will answer some of this stuff. Sabrina, hi Sabrina. She said, can we see how the PDF is added? Yes. So you can download that PDF. You could put it onto Canva or Canva or Claude or someplace that will create like Bitly, someplace that'll create a link for you. I think she's talking about for the app resources. Yeah. And then you guys would come in to your app resources over here. And then these are all the ones that we have in here, but you could add a new section or you could create a new section here that says, family guide. And then you can click it there, check it out here. Boom. And then, you paste that URL in there, save entry, swipe up, and then it pops up in your app. Something else cool that Christina was talking about, and I don't even know if everybody knows that you have this section, but you have an app resources section in your app as a team leader or a super admin where you can put in materials that are just privy to your agents. So this means, say you want to put scripts in here or docs or anything that's just privy to your team. It's almost like a mobile intranet. If you're a team leader, you can pop everything in here. We know realtors are always in their car. I think I was going to start like a series called like talking to realtors in their cars, like Seinfeld has, because I have, 75% of my meetings, it's, the realtors driving, which I think is hysterical, but such is life. And then all of the stuff that you want your agents to have on the go is in there, or they're at an open house and they don't have internet or something. It's like, oh, well, it's all in the app. So that's another cool thing to mention. Customers do not see this. This is just privy to your agents and your team.
Rachel,
Yeah.
can you share mine? Are you able to log into my
Yes.
computer?
Oh, no, because I'm not logged in as an agent on yours. I'm a customer in yours. Darn it.
I mean, if you want to share your screen, Christina, and log into your
Or
dashboard.
maybe, you know what, I might be able to get in. I might be able to get in on our back end. Let me see. Because would be very inspirational. And I know that's something
Go
that
under the listing goats.
what does it say?
I call them the listing goats.
Oh, cute. I love
I'm trying to stay brand on brand.
that. Why not, right? It's such a
While you're doing that, Rachel,
Yeah.
quick question from one of our agents from before, Jason Miller. We were doing a meeting this morning, and one of the agents was having trouble getting the video to her phone to upload to Instagram. How did you actually get the download of the video from Super Listings and then have it in your
good
photo?
question. Good question. I actually just I texted it to I emailed it to myself. I was like, what did I do?
Okay.
I just shot myself an email and I said, 123 Main Street listing vid, and I attached it and then I saved it in my phone's photos and then
I'll have to see how you did that exactly, because we were trying to recreate that and had some problems. So I'll connect with you later and get that back to their team, because we were having
cool. Yeah. And and maybe there is a way where we could say, from the dashboard, download or, text video or send it or something. I don't know. I'm sure we could figure it out. What was I looking for? Oh, cool. Okay. I got Christina's goat suite in here.
So just click on the listing goats. That's the best one. The other stuff is password protected because it takes you to a goat suite, which is I built a university behind the scene for my agents.
Oh my
But if
God,
you go
that's amazing.
to listing goats, you'll be able to see the link there.
So here are all of her global sections. These are the public facing ones. And then when you go down here, there's the goat suite, listing goats, selling goats. So, oh, wow, very cool. So listing sign, install and removal, QR code generator, North County Association of Real, your MLS boards are in here. License. I mean, this is awesome. Like to have for your team on the go, photographer and drone. Super cool. And I think some people have been putting a lot of the stuff that you might need at open houses, since a lot of that, those requirements have changed and stuff. So
That's
could be
under my goat suite. Yeah.
awesome.
I left that under my goat suite. So all of that stuff, like, preparation for an open house, what to do for an open house, all that is in the goat suite, which is connected to our Google, and then you password protected.
Cool. Yeah. This is
Awesome.
amazing. And this is kind of what I was talking about in the Abraham Lincoln quote. It's like, do those 4 hours, right, of the 6 to set this up. Because once you have this set up, then you just keep adding as you have stuff. But it is really nice to take the time in the beginning to have the resources for your customers, the resources for your agents, because then you're only sharpening your axe from there, which is pretty cool.
And to add to this, guys, I know it says there in kind of small letters, clients aren't going to see this. So
Yeah.
there are other permissions to where once your agent's logged in, they're the only one that sees these resources, because some of these are kind of sensitive things that you don't want everyone to see. So it does separate, what's global and what is agent for when people use the app.
Cool. Pam, hey Pam. Pam is from Villager Realty. I've worked with her for a lot of years. She said, In the agent section, can you specify a specific office if a company has multiple offices? Yeah, we should be able to do that. We do have office level permissions now. And Pam, I don't even know if we should meet about that, but if you guys are expanding, which many of you are, and you start to open different offices, we can basically, right now it's like, okay, somebody said, what's the super admin profile? The super admin profile is the app owner, the team leader that kind of sees everything on the back end. And then under that is all of the agents. Now we have like a middle tier that if you guys do have multiple offices, we can put in that middle office tier. And so if you have an office manager there and they just want to manage, the agents in that office, we can set that up in a lot of different ways now. So that's pretty interesting and pretty cool as well.
You just read my mind because I have a South Florida office opening up. So that's amazing.
Oh, first of all, congrats, Nicole. That's awesome.
Thank you. I think Jill's on right now listening. So she's going to be the branch team leader.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yes. I love that. Yeah, we've done this for a bunch of different offices. We have a company that's in the Carolinas, Nest Realty, that they were kind of our guinea pigs with this, and it's worked out really well. So very cool. Yeah, be in touch. We'll get that rolling for you guys. Or anyone else, just shout it out. If you guys have any questions, even beyond, just the app, if you guys have any mindset questions or questions about starting a team or building a team for our panelists, pop that into the Q&A as well. I think it's really nice to kind of hop on with these people that have done this and been successful at it. And picking their brains too is always fun.
Yeah. I mean, while we wait for the questions, something to think about, guys, is AI is changing it all. Text, email. I have clients that email me regularly and they go into my spam, can't figure out why. Apple just released a new AI software that's blocking all marketing text. So if those of you are using systems that text clients automatically, that's going to start changing. So the solution is the push notifications. So if you guys aren't using that feature enough, reach out to your client success manager. We'll get you rolling on that. And even if it's just setting up listings, like we need people to see your brand. They're looking at their phone all day. And these are the things that get them back in the system, which then get you and your agents back in the system because you're getting push notifications. So if you want to solve that problem of making sure you're seen, the push notification is the way to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, guys. Thank you all so much for being on our panel today. This was really awesome. We love working with Side Realty and really honing in and helping everybody shape the brands. Before we pop off, let's do a little video, guys, and promote this video. So thank you everybody for being here with Homestack today. Nat Ferguson, Nicole Van Treese, Martine, and Christina Thomas from Goat and Diamond Side Realty. We will catch you guys on the next one. Happy apping, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.